But I found out you've got somebody else. How to avoid the crack in the middle of your voice. Don't avoid it, mend it. Hi folks, I'm Boba. I'm a singer and a vocal trainer, and this is my channel about anatomical vocal training. How to avoid the crack in the middle of your voice. Now, many people and many vocal trainers teach people how to kind of like play around the crack so that the crack becomes inaudible. I'm saying, well, the thing is, it's better if you don't have the crack, right? And if you can do exercises that make you lose the crack, that you don't have a crack anymore, that you can have one voice no matter what you do, whether you go, ah, or you go, ah, right? It doesn't matter. All the sounds can be one, but that is a process, right? You won't just wake up and you had always this in your voice, and then tomorrow, because you know this one exercise, it will be gone. No, the voice heals. The voice comes back together as it was when you were a little baby through exercising, through changing your habits, through relearning, through building up the muscles of your voice again. Now, there are two sides to this. The first one is to adjust the volume of your entire voice to the weakest spot in your voice. That crack is the weakest spot in your voice. That means your voice, kind of like if how high my arms are, is how loud your voice can be, right? Then usually your height and your lows can be very loud already after you train a while. But then in the middle, there's this weak spot. Now, instead of thinking, oh, I have to raise the weak spot up in volume to the other parts, you don't want to do that. You want to lower everything else volume-wise to match the volume that the weakest spot can create. And then you gradually lift your entire voice up, which is a very different approach than most people. Most people try to kind of like hide it and then push through it and then quickly switch. And it's like, no, that's not what will really get rid of the click, right? If you want to get rid of it, firstly, you have to lower the entire volume. And then once you do that, once you lower your entire volume up and down to where your weak spot can keep up with, or what your weak spot can keep up with, the volume, then you will see already your voice will be way more one already. Now, if you then do certain exercises that make your voice sharper. I always do round first, right? I open up everything first. I yawn a lot. Wide. And then once you have established the width, then you put in the sharpness, which comes through interior vocal edge, which I explain in depth in this video. And the more vocal edge you can put in, the stronger your voice becomes, especially that weak spot in the middle of your voice. Now, once the interior vocal edge is very, very well established and you can really put very much sharpness into it without pushing, without straining, then we go on to chest voice. Because chest voice, the baby's cry, ah, which I explain in depth in this video, really helps your voice become one again and not be up and down, high and low voice, and there's like a break in between. This really mends your voice, but only if you do it without a push. If you keep pushing, if you keep using your belly, it's probably not gonna have the best effects. It might have some effects, but the real amazing effects is when you can do chest voice without any push of the belly at all. You need to heal your crack in your voice, firstly, by not using aliquot divisions anymore. I explain in depth what an aliquot division is in this video. Aliquot divisions literally break your voice. You have to have the opening and closing of the vocal cords if you use aliquot divisions. It's not gonna work for you to have have the aliquot division, it will always break in between. So that is a very, very important thing to firstly heal. That's why all these yawning exercises, to not shorten your vocal cords anymore, to always keep them open and free and the full vocal cords vibrating. That's why yawning is the first step. And then we continue with interior vocal edge. So, as just described, this is a process. Your voice won't just heal the weak spot, the weak crack in the middle just overnight. It's a gradual process that your voice becomes more and more stable. Your throat becomes more and more used to staying open, staying wide, no matter how high or how low you go. And that does not happen overnight. I'm very sorry to disappoint, but it's it's an amazing feeling to have one voice. It's so good to feel that you can be wide, you can be loud, you can be quiet throughout your entire range. And without struggle, without straining, without pushing, without struggling to reach that note, without thinking, oh, I have to switch here now. Just being free to use your expression, your voice to express your emotions however you want to express your emotions. And that is so liberating. I really want the most people in the world to experience it. If this information helps you in any way, please leave me a like, subscribe, and a comment below, and I hope to see you around. Want to learn how to do these things that I talk about in my videos? YouTube is great, but a course with an actual methodology is the thing that will give you real results. I have a course called Vocal Foundation on my website. I created a free tour where you can learn the what, why, who, how, and the content, the benefits, the finances, prerequisites, everything about the course. So if you're eager to get your voice to the next level, follow the first link in the description and sign up for my Vocal Foundation free tour.